against Strike, and Strike is not even trying anything cheeky himself, so we're really looking for the first tech choice of these players, because both are kind of going into a very standard, like your cookie cutter macro TVT basically.
Yeah, you get the defensive Cyclone, and then from there you wait if your opponent is going to be attacking or not. If you're feeling scared, you can drop a scan. Nonetheless, third command center is indeed coming down here for Strike. So he's going to be following suit with what we saw there in game number 1, and this time, like I said, I hope that he's going to be changing up the pace a little bit here. He has a fair amount of resources banked up. Throw down that starport, Strike, man. Come on, don't be afraid.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Maru's been double producing these Marines for quite a while, and he's not trying to go for any Cyclones. I wouldn't be too surprised if we do see him trying to go into some bioplay this game. But Strike right now, he did get that third CC. He really wants to make sure he does have at least a pretty good chance if he does go into that macro game. But Maru pretty quickly follows suit as well with his third.
Yeah, but Maru has a tech advantage. He's going for that Raven, which is really going to help him not only aggressively but also defensively. Tank production is going to be much quicker for him here as well.
And that tank production is so important to TVT right now. It's one of those units as the Cyclone kind of doesn't scale that great into the late game, unless you're doing some really interesting kind of styles. The tanks just scale perfectly into the late game.
I think all matchups kind of have their equivalent in that sense. Like, at some point you'll have the Lurker in DBZ, and PvP it's going to be the Immortal.
Yeah.
That's like the big deciding factor, but in this one it is indeed the Siege Tank. But one other thing, of course, that we need to discuss is the fact that air control in Terran versus Terran is a lot more important than it is in any of the other matchups. Because with air control, you're going to be the one who sets the pace for those engagements. You're going to be the one who's able to set up those tank lines, and you'll be able to get all that scouting going, and you can just keep reconnaissance going forever on your opponent.
Yeah, and talking about reconnaissance, by the way, Strike right now, he's scouting as much as he can in the front of Maru. He wants to make sure he knows exactly what's going on. And, well, Maru does get a fusion core behind this, Tenshi. So it looks like he really likes his air dominance, as you talk about.
I mean, he could just be going for the advanced ballistics upgrade for the Liberator, and then just use that to harass. It's really a pain to deal with unless you have Viking.
Well, that's no Liberator, Tenshi. That is a battle cruiser.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, right. Wait, how many starports does he have? He's only got a single starport.
Yeah, there's a single starport production of battle cruiser on 2 base. I am loving this.
One port battle cruiser, guys. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this in a very, very, very long time. And even this, Maru has a third command set. He's now going to start moving out. I'm not even expecting Maru to actually commit too heavily to these battle cruisers. Maybe he makes it, 1 or 2, and then teleports them into the base of his opponent.
I just want to see mass battle cruisers, man. I want to go back to the time of MVP. I want to see mass battle cruisers here in a TVT. It would be so wonderful to see. The Yamato cannon upgrade is just now researched as well, or in a second at least. And, well, I gotta say, Strike right now, it doesn't seem like he has too much of a clue that this is going on.
No, absolutely not. He's completely in the dark. You can see that he's actually dropped a scan. I would love to see him do it again. Because, again, he doesn't really have any sort of information to work with. He's sort of he's fanning out his units across the map, trying to see if he can get anything, but for now it's still just completely dark. The third base has been set up here by Maru. It's very well defended as well. He's got these siege tanks in good positions. No sensor tower, but does he even need that? I don't know, man. Like, he's going to be in for such a big shock when these battle cruisers show up.
And Maru is just a fan of the late game in this map. He's going to have double armory for those upgrades. And the battle cruiser has left the base, ladies and gentlemen. It is going for the third base, and Strike is not prepared.
All right, here it is. Strike right now, he must really be scratching his head like, what's going on? Okay, Cyclones, with the locker, they do a lot of damage. He drops a Yamato cannon on one of those SCVs, and then he just teleports back home.
Yeah, then you just repair and reuse and repeat. This is brilliant.
The cooldown is really long on that, Alex, on the teleport ability, though, so it's going to take some time if we can actually do that one maneuver again.
But there are more than one battle cruisers, Tenshi.
Yeah, he's going to bring that one in. Immediately, you can see Viking production started here for Strike. As Maru's going to start 1-1 as well, including ship weapons and vehicle armor to go with it.
This is just going to be Sky Terran versus Sky Terran, and we're going to have one person going for those battle cruisers really early together with the Raven. Maru right now scanning. He knows there's going to be double Viking production. He knows there's an army to help with those upgrades. But we don't see a second starport for Strike just yet. We need to see a lot of Vikings if he's going to be able to deal with this. Maru is adding triple CC as well. He's really setting up here.
Yeah, this is looking more like a game with Wings of Liberty right now, except for the Cyclones. With that being said,
of that.
Yeah, but that being said and done, Strike is making Viking. He's a little bit behind in terms of the economy. You can see that he's kind of been playing a little bit more passive, not really wanting to invest all of his money into the economy just yet because he was in the dark, because he didn't have that scouting. So now, behind in economy, going to find himself behind in tech. This is going to be a really tough game for him.
It is, and I'm just thinking right now, what can Strike do to really break through this? He's getting Thors, he's getting Vikings, but my problem is this: he's letting Maru kind of do whatever. We need to see Strike either start expanding quite all over the place, or he needs to get aggressive. Right now, very nice lock-on onto that Battlecruiser. He's getting really low dust teleport away though. Very nice here with the Raven as well, keeping a few of those units away. The Battlecruiser dies so quickly though, and one does go down. Mistake by Maru.
Jesus Christ, that lock-on damage, man, from those Cyclones is absolutely unreal. You know, this strategy of going for battle cruisers, look, we would see that, you know, once in a blue moon in TVC, but that was before the era of the Cyclone.
Yeah, I mean, I think Maru right now, he's trying some exotic stuff here.
Very much so, and I mean, it is quite fitting, of course, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, Strike is going to go for his own attack here towards Maru's 4th base. Let's just see how well he can deal with this.
Okay, he's going to get right on top of these tanks. They are doing a lot of damage in this initial shelling phase. 2 siege tanks there, Strike brought up as well, but remember, there's not too much in the anti-air department now for our Red Terran. He's got these Vikings, but Yamato Cannon immediately starts gunning them down, and Maru, you can see right there, he just pulls his units back out when they go on low HP.
He teleported about half a meter away, and it saved the Battlecruiser. I just love that.
Look at how much eco damage he's doing, though. Maru's losing all of his economy over towards his 4th base. 23 SCDs do go down at the trade O-Stroke's entire ground force.
Yeah, and one could say the Strike is losing a lot of his army, but at the same time, he did trade quite a bit with Maru. I think Maru right now, he kind of wants to go for this follow-up attacks. Like, he does have a big army advantage, and he did just kill a bit of Strike's army.
Yeah, but it's mostly battlecruiser, right? And they're very slow to get across the map, so even if he wants to be aggressive with them, it's going to take quite some time. Kind of want to see, though, what Strike is going to do now, right? Because he needs to replenish his ground force. It's mainly going to be these Cyclones to sort of make up the mainstay of that.
And Maru's saying he has time. He's just going to go all over the map with these battle cruisers, and he's getting all the upgrades he can as well for these. They are going to be so strong in just a few minutes, but already they're looking quite scary indeed.
It's a very menacing air force, that is for sure.
And a lot of the armies playing Strike is also ground army. Like, this is not just pure Viking of Thor.
Yeah, but I actually think that Cyclone Viking is pretty decent, as long as you can just gun them down and then pull out away from the range of the rest of the army of battle cruisers, because you know they have a very long range of these lock-on. But here we go,
wow.
Cannons galore all over the place, anti-armor missile as well onto these Vikings, and the battle cruisers are going to just mince through them immediately. The Thor goes down, and everything else on the ground gets absolutely obliterated. Strike is trying to cut back with these Vikings. He's going to find maybe one battlecruiser, but not even that. Maru says no.
Yeah, Maru says no. What missile turrets? They just died as well. And Maru trying to focus that base. Won't happen. But he can teleport back whenever he wants to. He's still killing Unitary Strike. Killed several workers as well. And Strike is just... he's having such a hard time with these few battlecruisers left.
You can see these upgrades for the battlecruisers just make them so ridiculously tanky. 2-2 for them is what Maru has to bring to the table. And he loses like one battlecruiser in that entire engagement for the essential trade-out of Strike's entire army.
And Maru right now, he's getting 3 for his battlecruisers. He's producing 2 at a time, triple Viking production. He's lost 1 battlecruiser this entire game against the 12 Vikings of Strike and Tenshi. Maru right now is 5th to supply ahead of his opponent.
This is never a position you want to find yourself in, ladies and gents. But at this point, I mean, Strike, what can he do? He's going to try to expand additionally, which of course I think is a very good move here.
I love this.
Start building a little bit of that economy, but it's more so about a question of composition.
Yeah.
I think maybe going in towards Ravens and dropping Interference Matrix would be something in the cards, but he needs to be very careful because remember, you mount a cannon on those Ravens, they go down immediately.
Yeah, they just insta-die. Oh, it looks like Strike wants to come out here and snipe a few bad cruisers. Will lose. Oh, and that's the teleport by Maru. He wants to get those Yamato cannons off, and very nice here. He's killing a lot of Vikings, and he's just engaging right into the missile turret.
It's just like a scene out of The Empire Strikes Back. Massive Star Destroyers throw up in your face, and there it is. GG. Maru takes game number 2.
That sword just melts.
A bit of an interesting composition, a bit of an interesting strategy here from our Korean representative, but nonetheless it works out, and you can hear that the Korean fans are very happy about this result.
I gotta say though, until we did see all that damage from Bat Cruisers, I think in the early game so far, Strike has done a really good job of just keeping at it, surviving, dealing with the initial aggression, but Maru just seems to run away as soon as we enter the mid-game.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? When you're at this caliber of play, talking about Maru, your transitions are going to be seamless. And that's always going to be the one thing, in my mind at least, that is the default.